Okay, so this is going to be a quick tutorial about how to use two different selection tools when you're turning your image into spot color. So the first thing you need to do is add or open your image in Photoshop. You can go into Photoshop's File menu and open it, or again, you can right-click on the file in your folder and open with Adobe Photoshop CC 2018. For this first one, we're going to use the Magic Brush tool or Quick Select tool. And the way this works is you're just going to drag this cursor around what it is or inside of what it is you'd like to select. I'm going to use the Command plus key to zoom in so I can see the edges. And I'm going to do this red one. So you can see my selection is not perfect, but it did most of the work for me. Now we're going to use the Quick Select tool to clean up our selection before turning it to spot color. You hit Q on your keyboard, and then we're going to use the brush tool to brush in some of that red. Now all this is doing is telling our computer where we'd like it to select. You can hit the E erase tool to clean up any of these areas. And then we hit Q again, and you can see we've cleaned up our selection pretty easily. Now this is a very important step that you cannot skip when you are selecting your focal point before you add an adjustment layer. You need to go up into the Select menu, and you need to inverse your selection so that everything else but that red pastel, or whatever your focal point is selected. From here, we are going to add our adjustment layer. Find that black and white cookie in the bottom right hand side and then click on black and white. You'll see that it turns everything but our red pastel black and white. Now the other way that we can select our focal point is to use what's called the Color Range Select tool. I want this orange pastel to be my focal point this time, but I don't feel like painting that all in, and I feel like it might not work with the Quick Select tool. So we go into Select menu, Color Range. You're going to see an eyedropper pop up. You hold down the Shift key and click on all the parts that you want your computer to select. So you can see that it is selecting some of this over here, which is fine. I'm going to hit OK. And you can see that my selection is not really very clear. I'm going to go back into Quick Mask mode by hitting Q on our keyboard, and then with my brush tool, make my brush bigger with using the brackets, I'm going to take that yellow one out. And then I'm going to go over to my orange one by hitting Command plus, and I'm actually going to see if I can erase some of this stuff. Make sure that everything that I want in color is not red, and everything that I want black and white is painting. So I'm going to go out into Quick Mask mode. It's okay. You can switch back in between Quick Mask mode and regular mode pretty easily just by hitting Q, and I can see where I need to fix up my selection if it's hard to see the red. That looks good. So again, very important step. We have to go up into Select and inverse our selection before adding our adjustment layer, the black and white cookie on the bottom right hand corner, and click on black and white. And there's my orange pastel as the focal point. Again, you're going to File, Save As, and call this orange pastel. And then I'm going to change my format to JPEG. And there you have it.